we all set then?
Oh, we're all set, all right.
It's over, Steph. Dad knows everything, so there's no point in pretending.
Everything?
That's right. Shane told me all about how that conniving SOB masterminded this whole plot and blackmailed the two of you into going along with it.
Oh, what a relief.
I can't believe he had the audacity to try and turn my own children against me.
He's a scumbag, no doubt about it.
I know you were supposed to be drafted into this conspiracy against me. Well, now you're being drafted into a conspiracy with me. Here's my plan.
We are just over 2 weeks away from the Royal Rumble. Hello again, everybody. It's your barbecue-loving friend, good old JR Jim Ross, and the Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler. Yes, we are at ringside, and Raw has been rocked by the revelation that our champion has been plotting against Mr. McMahon.
I can't believe that idiot was stupid enough to try and sabotage the WWE chairman like that.
And to make matters worse, he apparently recruited Mr. McMahon's own children for the conspiracy.
I don't know what's going to happen, but I promise you, hell hath no fury like Mr. McMahon.
I'm still in shock over the fact that this superstar actually had the nerve to plot against Mr. McMahon and implicate his own children in the conspiracy.
And I'm shocked that he's still allowed to compete at the Royal Rumble. At least he's got the worst entry number there is. There's no way he'll win and go on to ruin WrestleMania. These superstars are...
Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing. Looks like he's trying for a pin here.
2, 3.
Looking at them now, it's hard to believe that these two were allies just last week.
Well, that was before somebody decided to plot against Mr. McMahon.
And I'm sure that the outcome of that match didn't help matters.
Heck no! They really went after each other in there.
And with that victory, his Royal Rumble entrance number improves by 1.
Yeah, but you know what the difference is between being the first or second guy into the Rumble? Absolutely nothing.
Look, don't waste your breath telling stories about how Steffi and I were masterminds of the conspiracy against our father. It doesn't matter who believes you, because we've got our dad's trust, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, for a second I was afraid he wasn't going to buy it, but fortunately... Uh-oh. Look, can't we talk about this? You weren't expecting that, were you? Look, nothing personal, okay? It's just that somebody had to be the fall guy, and you were elected. Come on, let's go.
The Royal Rumble is 1 week from this Sunday. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And things are getting worse for the leader of the conspiracy against Mr. McMahon.
That's right. He got taken out by Shane McMahon yesterday, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
Shane was obviously upset at the plot against his father and has decided to do something about it.
Yeah, and I get the feeling he's not done with him yet.
He's been targeted for destruction by the entire McMahon family. What chance does he have of even making it to the Royal Rumble, much less winning it?
Almost none, JR. He was dumb enough to cross the most powerful family in sports entertainment, and he's paying the price.
But they have their way, King. Everything they came in here with.
Here he goes, up the turnbuckle. This could be really good or really bad. Here's the cover, JR.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my, he's not taking that loss very well at all.
What did you expect, JR? A smile and a handshake?
No, but it's obvious that he's letting the pressure get to him.
It's almost impossible not to this close to the Royal Rumble. It's one of the biggest sports entertainment events of the year.
With that loss, he's now out of the Royal Rumble, and his opponent increased his entry number by 1.
If I were him, I'd worry less about the Royal Rumble and more about what Mr. McMahon's going to do to me.
I wouldn't make any Royal Rumble plans if I were you. My man and I are going to make sure you never make it there. If you think we're going to take the fall for conspiring against Mr. McMahon, think again.
Mr. McMahon wants you kicked out of the Royal Rumble, and if you weren't one of Raw's best chances of winning it, I'd have no problem with that. Instead, I'm having to do what I can to keep you in it. And I don't like that one bit. Mr. McMahon's made up his mind, and there's nothing I'm able or willing to do to change it. You lose this match, you lose your spot in the Royal Rumble and any chance of competing for the championship at WrestleMania.
If you think there's any way we're gonna let you beat us, think again. If you win, we're out of the Royal Rumble, and that's just not gonna happen.
The Royal Rumble is this Sunday. It's good old JR Jim Ross alongside my Hall of Fame partner, Jerry the King Lawler, welcoming you to Raw. And tonight, the stakes couldn't be higher for one superstar.
That's right. He's got to win a handicap match tonight, or he's out of the Royal Rumble.
And he's facing two superstars who have been a persistent thorn in his side.
Let this be a lesson to anyone who thinks they can get one over on Mr. McMahon. Don't cross the boss.
Talk about a high-pressure situation. If he loses this match, he's out of the Royal Rumble match. If he wins, both of his opponents are out.
It's do or die time for all three competitors, and I don't like this guy's odds one bit.
And leave it at that.
Hey. After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's for damn sure, King. He's got every reason to be angry. With that loss, he is out of the Royal Rumble match.
Yeah, and worse than that, he let Mr. McMahon down. Which do you think is worse for his career?
That's a good point. We've seen what happens to superstars who defy Mr. McMahon.
Yeah, and it's not pretty. You might as well find a new line of work if you cross the boss.
And so the superstar who Mr. McMahon targeted will be going to the Royal Rumble after all.
Yeah, with 29 other superstars and a big old target on his head.
Mr. McMahon put a huge amount of pressure on me to make sure you didn't go to WrestleMania. I told him that we couldn't do the show without you, but he didn't like that at all. Now I'm on vacation. I'd look out if I were you.
I'm sorry if you had the impression that you had some time off, but that's, it's just not the case. You've got a no disqualification match against a surprise opponent, so if I were you, I'd start getting ready.
With the Royal Rumble behind us, we resume our journey down the road to WrestleMania. This is Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and controversy continues to surround one of Raw's top superstars.
Yeah, our general manager just lost his job over it.
Actually, I believe he was sent on a indefinite vacation, King.
Well, whatever you call it, the McMahons are really running the show now.
I would hate to be in this man's shoes right now. Wait, what's this?
What the heck is he doing here?
He's beating the daylights out of him. That's what he's doing.
I can see that, JR. I mean, what's a SmackDown superstar doing here on Raw?
This is obviously something the McMahon set up in advance for tonight.
Makes you wonder what else they've got planned.
I thought he was terrifying before, but seeing him this angry is truly horrifying.
He wanted to tear him apart, limb from limb, but the referee wouldn't let it happen.
I know that this is a tough business, but there are rules. You can't just end a superstar's career.
Tell that to these guys. Or better yet, tell that to Mr. McMahon.
No, thank you. I have no desire to make a target of myself.
That's the smartest thing you've said all night.
Oh boy, that was great, Mr. McMahon. Raw's GM never saw it coming. A vacation. Genius, sir. What?
You look a little, sappy. Maybe you need a vacation, too.
Absolutely not, sir. I enjoyed my time with you. I was just telling one of my...
I'm glad to hear that. Because, you see, Stephanie needs to borrow one of your superstars until No Way Out to deal with a little problem.
Let me assure you, Mr. McMahon, that all of SmackDown's resources are at your disposal.
Good man.
I probably put a giant target on my back by saying what I said, but enough is enough. As far as I'm concerned, I'm looking out for everyone on this brand, including myself.
Seems you've got a like-minded spirit, from what I just read on WWE.com. I wonder if you'll still be on the same page after you face each other in a match this week. I know his competitive spirit won't let him go easy on you.
I guess you probably heard about our match this week. Listen, I'm gonna give you everything I've got in the ring, but I'm not gonna try and take you out. This is just typical McMahon head games, and I'm not falling for it.
Tonight, Raw continues down the road to WrestleMania. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler at ringside. And some of Raw's superstars aren't pleased about SmackDown showing up here.
I'm not happy about it either, but I'm not going to stick my neck out and complain about it.
That's exactly what one of our superstars did recently. And now he's got a match tonight.
Yeah, against the guy he was sticking up for. How did that help anything?
He's all fired up tonight. I think the pressure is finally starting to get to him.
He'd better be careful, because if he cracks, he's done for.
I don't know how he's managed to hold himself together this far. The McMahons have been relentless in their attempts to destroy him.
No kidding. Even when he makes an ally, they turn him into an opponent.
Is there anything the McMahons won't do in order to get what they want?
Come on, JR. How long have you been in this business? What do you think?
I can't tell you how happy I am that you've made a new friend. I bet you're gonna have all kinds of fun when I put you in a tag team match this week against two of the biggest monsters in WWE.
I wonder how strong your bond with your new friend truly is. Is it as strong as the Samoan bulldozer? Ooh, MAGA? Somehow, I don't think so. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for our match this week. I can't wait to get my hands on a SmackDown superstar and teach them what happens when you set foot in a Raw ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Raw. This is Oklahoma's own Jim Ross, here with the Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler, and tonight we have a huge tag team match.
Two of the biggest superstars in the WWE team up to take on two guys who have gotten on the McMahon's bad side.
It's not just about Raw pride, it's a matter of survival.
I hope we've got some medical personnel standing by, because we might need them.
Get me out of here! If I get out of here,
Hello, my friend. It seems you have a small problem, yes? As you can see, there is truly no way out of this predicament for your partner.
And speaking of no way out, you'll be competing against one of the superstars you and your partner promised to destroy tonight. And that match will take place inside of a steel cage. Oh, and since your partner is unavailable tonight, you've got a handicap match on your hands. Have fun!
I don't think I've ever witnessed a more destructive force than those two.
They're like some sort of natural disaster or act of God or something.
I don't think God's got anything to do with it. They were downright sadistic in that match.
That's why the McMahons brought them in, JR. They wanted to end his career tonight.
Well, fortunately, it doesn't look like they managed to do that. But not for a lack of trying.
Yeah, and one of them is going to get another chance to finish the job this Sunday at No Way Out.
Can't believe I got suckered like that. But listen, No Way Out is your chance to send SmackDown a message they can't ignore. I might not be able to help you in that steel cage, but you don't need my help to represent Raw. You see, not only can we overpower you, we can outsmart you as well. Did you really expect to survive No Way Out when you're locked inside of a steel cage with the most dangerous superstar in the WWE? Ooh, MAGA! I don't think so.
I hope you realize that even if you manage to win your match at No Way Out, which you won't, it's not much of a victory. I highly doubt that after the beating you're about to receive, you'll be in any shape to compete at WrestleMania.
Of all the superstars who have ever crossed me, I don't think I've hated any of them as much as I hate you. My only regret about what's about to happen is that I can only watch you be destroyed once. On the ride to the medical facility, I want you to remember that you brought all this upon yourself.
Welcome to No Way Out.
And once that steel cage is lowered tonight, there really will be no way out.
Being locked in a cage with a legitimate monster is not my idea of a good time.
That's what happens when you cross the bar.
It will be a brutal match to be sure, and it's live on pay-per-view. Once he enters that steel cage, there's truly no way out for this superstar.
I don't know about that. I could think of at least two. He could scamper out of the cage like a little girl before the match, or he could get carried out of it on a stretcher once the match is over.
McMahon's brought him in to take care of a problem, and there's very little doubt in my mind that's exactly what he's going to do tonight.
No question about it. If you want someone brutalized, if you want him taken out of the equation once and for all, look no further than this superstar right here.
Dream come true, King.
Up the turnbuckle he goes. I hope he knows what he's doing.
It's a long way up the cage, and it's a long way back down if you don't make it.
Top of the cage! This match is just about over!
I don't believe it. He not only survived that brutal onslaught, he actually won the match.
I have no idea how he managed to pull that off. I was sure that he was leaving here tonight on a stretcher.
And I think he's sending a message to the McMahons here.
You're absolutely right. He's daring them to send anyone they want after him.
It better be careful. They might just take him up on that offer.
Oh, they absolutely will. But if he can survive a steel cage match with this guy, I don't know who can stop him.
With WrestleMania just over 1 month away, I'm sure they'll spare no effort to find someone.
And they will, believe me. There's no way they'll let him go to WrestleMania.
I knew you could do it. I knew it. I only wish I could be there to congratulate you in person. But it looks like I'm going to have to watch from the sidelines a little longer. Good luck, champ.
You wanted to see me?
There he is, the man himself.
We wanted to talk to you about your #1 contender.
Of course, none of us wants to see him take your championship away at WrestleMania.
Well, I'm not exactly helpless.
That's why we're offering to help you destroy that SOB before WrestleMania.
Thanks, but no thanks. I don't need any help. And besides, that's not how I roll.
You're treading on shaky ground here, mister. So you better...
I think my mind's made up on this one, Vince. Like I said, thanks, but no thanks.
We are less than 6 weeks away from WrestleMania. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler at ringside. And the managerial shakeup in WWE continues.
That's right. SmackDown has a new general manager, Shane McMahon.
This is obviously an escalation of the McMahon's war against the #1 contender.
And if you think things were bad for him before, you ain't seen nothing yet, JR.
I think he wants another piece of the #1 contender.
Makes sense. He wants that title match at WrestleMania.
Well, maybe he should have tried a little harder to win the Royal Rumble then.
You're not suggesting that he didn't take the Royal Rumble seriously, are you?
No, but the #1 contender outlasted 29 other superstars, which is no easy feat.
You're talking to someone who's been in a Royal Rumble, JR. You don't have to tell me.
The McMahons just offered me help to take you out before WrestleMania. And I don't think I made any friends when I turned them down. But oh well. I'm down for giving the fans the match of the year. And may the better man win.
The champ might not be interested in taking you out before WrestleMania, but let me assure you that there are plenty of other superstars who jump at the opportunity. And you'll be facing one this week.
I've got some bad news for you. You've got a match against me this week. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to put you on the shelf. That way the McMahons will owe me a favor, and I'll be the first in line to take your place at WrestleMania.
I've got a non-title, no disqualification match against your buddy this week. And word on the street is he's bringing backup to the ring. You and him got some history, so how about coming to ringside for a little strength in numbers?
I hope you're not stupid enough to interfere in something that isn't your business.
This is one of the only weeks between now and WrestleMania where I'm going to be too busy to kick your ass. So I suggest you sit back and enjoy it.
We are just over 1 month away from the biggest sports entertainment event of the year, WrestleMania. Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler at ringside, and the champion is in action tonight.
Yeah, against a superstar who wants to be the #1 contender at WrestleMania.
And we're hearing rumors that the challenger might not be coming to the ring alone.
If that's the case, the champ better find himself some backup pronto.
They are furious at the #1 contender's interference.
They thought this was just going to be a 2-on-1 mugging, but it was a lot more competitive than that.
And as furious as they are, I can only imagine the McMahons are even angrier.
And that's a scary thought right there.
I hate to even think about what the McMahons have in store for the champion now.
Well, realistically, how much worse can things get for him?
You know, this tag team match is just more McMahon head games, right? They're expecting one of us to turn on the other because that's the kind of world they live in. But as long as you and me are cool, we got nothing to worry about.
This week's match might just be a match for you, but it's a golden opportunity for me. If one of you winds up injured before WrestleMania, that clears the way for a main event spot for me.
Welcome to Raw, where WrestleMania is less than 1 month away. This is good old JR Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler, and tonight, the champion teams up with his WrestleMania opponent.
And seriously, how far do you think these two can trust each other, JR?
I'm sure they're both asking themselves that very question.
Yeah, and sooner or later, one of them's going to get an answer he doesn't like.
I can't believe these two are facing each other for the championship at WrestleMania. They should be going after each other, not showing off.
The champ has made it very clear that he's not going to.
What now?
These SmackDown superstars have no damn business being here on Raw. This is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, and I'll just bet that SmackDown's new general manager is behind it.